What's up viewers, my name is Nick and welcome back to the channel. What if I told you that you could completely control any computer, even one that's powered off, even one with a broken operating system from anywhere in the world using nothing but a web browser? And I'm not talking about some remote desktop software such as VNC or TeamViewer. Nothing needs to be installed on the target machine at all. You think that's possible? Well, that's exactly what this device does at a fraction of the price you would pay for something that's enterprise level. This is the JetKVM, and before receiving this device, I honestly didn't fully understand what the fuss was about or how it worked. But after spending time with it, this device is genuinely impressive. And for the price, it's kind of ridiculous what you're getting. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what the JetKVM is, who it's for, how it actually performs, and whether it's worth your purchase. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it. And welcome back. Firstly, let me quickly explain what a KVM actually is, because if you're like me, you might be more familiar with streaming devices than with this kind of gear. KVM stands for Keyboard Video Mouse, and a KVM device is essentially a piece of hardware that lets you remotely control another computer. This is done not through software running on that computer, but by directly intercepting the video signal coming out of it and injecting keyboard and mouse commands into it. Think of it this way. Tools like Remote Desktop, TeamViewer, or VNC all require the target computer to be fully booted up with the operating system running and the software active. So if the machine is off, crashed, stuck at a BIOS screen, or even if the OS is broken, you're locked out and you'd have to physically walk up to the machine to reset or turn it on. A KVM-over-IP device like the JetKVM has no such limitation, and it does not care what state the computer is in, because it works at the hardware level. If the machine is displaying anything such as a BIOS screen, a boot error, or a Windows recovery screen, the JetKVM is seeing it and giving you control. This is a completely different category of remote access, and that's why the Homelab and IT community went absolutely crazy for this device. Let's start with the unboxing. So in the box, you get the JetKVM unit itself. It comes with a mini HDMI to HDMI cable. You get one USB Type-C to USB-A cable. This connects the KVM to the target computer's USB port for both keyboard and mouse emulation and provides power. And it comes with this USB Type-C Y-shaped splitter cable. This is for situations where the computer cuts USB power when it shuts down, which I'll explain in a moment. Now, let me talk about the hardware itself, because this is where the JetKVM sets itself apart from other competing models. The enclosure is all metal, and that is die-cast metal, adding strength and protection to its components. The build feels dense and solid in your hand, and it's way heavier than it looks. On the front, it has a 1.69-inch color touchscreen display, and though it has limited function, you can use it for basic navigation. It shows you the device's IP address, MAC address, how many active connections, and the status of the HDMI and USB connections. It basically looks like a smartwatch of sorts, and it's actually really useful to confirm if the device is connected or active. At the back is where you'll find all of its I/O ports. It's got one USB Type-C. This is what connects to your target computer. One mini HDMI input. This takes the video signal from your target computer. One RJ45 Ethernet 100 megabits per second LAN port. And one RJ11 extension port. This is for optional add-ons like the ATX power control board. One small note, reviewers have pointed out that the gap between the Ethernet port and the mini HDMI input is quite tight. If your Ethernet cable has a thick plastic boot on the plug, it may not fit. Just use a slim profile patch cable and you're fine. The chip inside is a Rockchip RV1106G3, a single ARM Cortex-A7 processor with H.264 and HEVC video encoding built in. It has 256 megabytes of DDR3L RAM, and it runs a minimal Linux OS built with Buildroot, which is very lean and very efficient. Setup is easy and simple. Step 1. Plug the mini HDMI cable from the JetKVM into one of your computer's HDMI output ports. Step 2. Plug the USB Type-C to USB-A cable from the JetKVM into one of your computer's USB ports. This does two things. It powers the JetKVM and it creates the keyboard and mouse bridge. Step 3. Plug your Ethernet cable to the JetKVM and into your network switch or router. And that's it. Within a few seconds, the front display will light up and show you the IP address that the device has been assigned on your network. Now, one thing to be aware of, and this tripped up a few reviewers including Jeff Geerling. Some computers cut power to their USB ports when they shut down completely. If that happens, your JetKVM loses power when the machine turns off, which defeats the purpose. That's what the Y-splitter cable is for. It lets you feed a separate USB Type-C power source like a phone charger into the JetKVM so it stays powered even when the computer is off. Just be careful and be sure to use a standard 5V power source only. The Y cable is not compatible with USB power delivery chargers, and using the wrong voltage can permanently damage the device. Stick to a simple 5V USB charger. Once it's connected, you just enter the IP address into any web browser on your network from another device such as your laptop, your desktop, your phone, it doesn't matter. You'll be presented with the option to create an admin password, which is optional, and then you're taken to the remote access interface. The web UI is really well designed. It's clean, modern, and intuitive. You get a full live view of the target computer screen, and you can control it with your mouse and keyboard directly in the browser window. This is the same as using TeamViewer or VNC to remotely control another device. In terms of performance, it streams 1080p videos at 60 FPS using hardware H.264 display encoding with a latency of around 30 to 60 milliseconds. So in practical usage, that feels very responsive, and this makes mouse movements and keyboard inputs translate almost instantly. The toolbar along the side gives you access to features such as a virtual keyboard. This is a software keyboard you can pop up, which is useful for sending special key combinations. Ctrl-Alt-Delete button. This is always handy when dealing with Windows OS. EDIT settings. This controls what monitor profile the target computer thinks it's connected to, as different EDIT options help with display resolution and compatibility. Mouse settings. You can tweak how the mouse cursor is handled. Another feature that some take for granted that can determine whether you have a great navigation experience or not. You get live connection metrics such as latency, jitter, FPS, and it's all live. Virtual media and/or mount drive. I will explain more on this in a second. Wake on LAN. This sends a magic packet to wake up a machine that's powered off, and I believe you must enable this feature in your BIOS. And OTA firmware updates, meaning you get over-the-air updates built right into the interface. This is a big feature and is one of the most impressive features of the JetKVM that really sets it apart from basic remote access tools. And that is, it can emulate a virtual USB drive or virtual optical drive to the target computer, meaning you can mount an ISO file onto its internal storage, and the target computer detects it as one of its own. And get this, it works at the BIOS level before the OS even loads. So here's what that means in practice. Imagine your computer's operating system is completely gone, it's corrupted, and it won't boot. In the old days, you'd physically sit down at the machine and plug in a USB stick with a Windows or Linux installer to reinstall the entire operating system. With the JetKVM, you can do that entire process remotely. So you upload your ISO to its internal storage. It can handle it because it has around 12 gigabytes of usable space. You mount it, reboot the target machine, then go into the BIOS and set it to boot from that virtual drive and install the OS from your couch. How cool is that? Or if you don't want to upload the ISO, you can point it at a direct URL and have it stream the image from the internet. There's also a browser mount option where the image streams directly from your local machine. The supported formats include ISO, IMG, QCOW2, WDI, and VMDK. You can mount images in CD mode, DVD mode, or disk drive mode, depending on what the installer requires. Now, believe me when I tell you that this feature alone is worth the entire price of this device for anyone who manages multiple computers. There's an optional add-on called the ATX Power Control Extension. This is a small board that mounts inside your PC in an empty PCIe slot. It connects to the JetKVM via the RJ11 port and to your motherboard's front panel header. What this gives you is the ability to remotely press the power button, the reset button, and the ability to see its power LED state all from the web interface. Combine that with Wake on LAN and you get full hardware-level remote control of the machine's power state. You can cold boot it, perform a hard reset, or force it to shut down all without actually being in the room. For a Homelab setup or for managing a remote server, that is a serious capability. Now, what if you want to access your computer not just from inside your house, but from outside your network? Let's say you're at work or traveling and you need to get into your home server. It has a cloud access option called JetKVM Cloud. This uses WebRTC for encrypted peer-to-peer connections. Importantly, it's fully optional, so you don't have to use it. And if you'd rather keep everything local, you have the option to do so. The cloud software itself is also open source, so you can self-host it if you want that level of control. If you'd prefer a VPN-based approach, Tailscale is supported as well, which is a popular choice in the Homelab community. One thing to note, the local web UI defaults to plain HTTP, not HTTPS, unless you're using the cloud service. For most home users, this isn't an issue, but if you're security conscious, that's worth knowing. Another premium feature they provide is that it's fully open source. The entire software stack is on GitHub. This includes the Linux system image, the KVM runtime written in Go, the web UI built in React, and even the cloud backend. You can SSH into the device, modify the firmware, and flash your own builds. This is actually rare for a device in this category, as a lot of KVM-over-IP products are total black boxes. The fact that the JetKVM community can audit the code, contribute improvements, and even self-host the entire cloud stack is a massive plus for trust and longevity. Now, let's look at some scenarios where the JetKVM would save you from a lot of unnecessary headaches. Scenario 1. You've got a mini PC or home server in another room that's stuck at a BIOS error and it's asking you to press F1 to continue. Normally, you'd have to drag a monitor and keyboard over there to get it fixed. With the JetKVM, you open a browser tab and hit F1 and you're done. How about this scenario? Unfortunately, you need to perform a clean install of Windows on the PC in your office, but you are at home miles away. What do? You simply upload the Windows ISO to the JetKVM as shown in my demonstration and restore your operating system from the comfort of your home. Now, that's a tool every IT tech should have at his disposal. Scenario 3. You have a small office or remote site with a server and you have a JetKVM permanently attached. If anything ever goes wrong, such as an OS crash, network misconfiguration, or a bricked update, you can dial in via the cloud or Tailscale and fix it without sending someone on site. This saves you time and money. Scenario 4. And one reviewer literally mentioned this. So their teens kept messing up their computers, so they left one attached to each computer, and they were able to troubleshoot problems quickly, bringing them back online to complete their assignments. That's relatable for a lot of people. There are two things to take note of when using this device. Firstly, if the target computer is connected to multiple monitors, you can run into problems when you connect to JetKVM, as there are no options to select which display it should look at, and you could end up looking at an extended monitor that's not the main monitor. So if you are connecting the JetKVM to a computer that has multiple monitors, you would want to disable extended display until they include that feature in a firmware update. The second thing is that you should always check the option to hide the mouse cursor on the target computer when you have remote access. This is to prevent the secondary cursor from trailing, which is a visual distraction. So the JetKVM launched on Kickstarter, where it raised nearly $6 million from over 45,000 backers, making it one of the most successful hardware crowdfunding campaigns in recent memory. It has since shipped to backers and is available through various resellers, including today's sponsor, for whom I placed a link in the description. In comparison to competing enterprise-level KVMs that cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars, the JetKVM delivers premium professional features at a price point that Homelab users and small IT teams can actually afford, which is kind of the whole point of this device, and they truly delivered. So I started this review not fully understanding what a KVM device even was, and now after seeing what it can do, I'm keeping it permanently attached to my PC. So that should tell you exactly what I think about this device. So if you're interested in picking up one of these, I left a link in the description for you to purchase at the lowest price online. As mentioned, it's available from many backers, so be sure to use my affiliate link to get the lowest prices. As always, if you like this video, give it the thumbs up if you found it was useful. It genuinely helps the channel and helps spread the word. And if you are new to my channel, don't forget to click the subscribe button and ring the notifications bell. This is to receive notifications each time I release new videos, offer second-hand prices, or decide to do a giveaway. So thanks for taking the time to watch this video, stay connected, and see you in the next one.